line, screaming like a siren at night. Red and blue shouting, nobody's right. Smoke in the streets, truth under attack. Everybody's loud, nobody's got facts. Feeds keep scrolling, nerves stay tight. Matchsticks flicked in the dead of night. They sell fear, cheap package the lies, while the clock keeps ticking, empires on fire. Can't sit quiet while the world's on edge. Lines in the sand, standing on the ledge. No script, no leash, no polish, quiet. Just a voice in the dark and a spark to the wire. This is and I'll bring the fire. Gonna light it higher. No filter, no fear, I say it raw. Strike the match, let it burn through the fog. This is and I'll bring the fire. And I'll bring the fire. Everybody's selling truth like a brand, buying opinions they don't understand. Talking in circles, screaming online. Keyboard courage, borrowed spines. Yeah, power plays dressed up as peace. Same old wolves with different teeth. But silence is loud when the house is burning. And the fuse is short, yeah, it's still learning. I don't dance for the left or the right. I stand in the heat, I stand in the fight. No strings, no chains, no manufactured choir. Just gasoline thoughts and an open lighter. This is and I'll bring the fire. Gonna light it higher. No filter, no fear, I say it raw. Strike the match, let it burn through the fog. This is and I'll bring the fire. And I'll bring the fire. The world's on tilt, pressure climbing. Truth don't whisper, it's perfect timing. You can't cancel the smoke, you can't stop flame. Say my name when it hits, say my name. Why? Say my name. Say my fire don't ask permission. Fire don't need a side. Fire just shows up honest and exposes the lie. This is and I'll bring the fire. Truth hits harder. Burn it down till what's real survives. No smoke, no mirrors, just heat and lies. And I'll bring the fire. And I'll bring the fire. American fire. Strike it. Let it speak.
What's up, everybody? Good evening to you. What a weekend we've had. Hope you guys are ready to get deep into it. I love being the Sunday night show because I can cover so much on the weekend before anybody else gets to it. So we'll have to see if I stick this one out even when things start changing next week. But welcome to American Fire. I'm Ace. We're going to go through the biggest stories of the weekend. According to MAGA, the Golden Age, all the good stuff, President Trump. And we're just going to break it down. And this weekend got a little spicy. X absolutely has eviscerated Tucker Carlson after his interview with the New York Times. And I am here for it. We're going to go through it today. And Tucker pretty much ended himself with this atrocious interview where he's just caught in lie after lie after lie. So we'll be breaking that down. And always, Candace and Alex Jones digging themselves bigger holes as well. So we'll cover that in tonight's Grifter report. And then Trump, Operation Freedom, baby. He has announced it. I think it's Project Freedom, actually. But the Iran war is taking a major turn for the best in America's interests. Iran is in a very, very bad place. So we'll be breaking that down as well. And then more news on the midterms. MAGA wins. Trump's economy is starting to shape up and turn around. So we got details on that tonight as well. So, guys, buckle up. We got a loaded show. And did I mention a simple horse race that might have had some very prophetic foretelling. Yeah, God gives us signs, and I gotta say this might have been a major one. So let's hit it up and hit that like, hit that subscribe before we get going. I'm gonna call out the peeps in the Chizat who got here first, and then we're going to get moving. But first, I'm going to start Rumble tonight. Lochtefeld at AZ Tropic holding it down over there, and a lot of other silent people, but that's all right. On YouTubes, we got the main crowd. Cacique numero uno tonight. Jesus Saves. Toe Cramp. Alice Fordham. U.S. Tahoe. Job for 9. What's up, my friends? Ray Sandoval. Toe Cramp. No one beats Cacique to first place. That's right. Tammy Anderson. How you doing tonight? Jesus Saves. Dr. No in the house. Jay Tyrus. Vincent Vega. James Flower, Seth Linner Rhodes, Sandy, Arizona, Marco Sanchez, Pat M, American Granny. How you doing? Action Not Words. Ellen Hunt. Scott Volkovich, Heidi Moga. She stayed up. Good job, Heidi. Phil Zill. What's up, man? It's been a bit. Love it. Threads of Hera. How you doing tonight? Riff Raff. Ellen Hunt. Kathy Leatherwood. What will my new times be? Stay tuned, because this will be the final week where all my lives are late at night. But got some great... I'm figuring out some stuff. Starting next week... Not this coming week, but the following week on Monday, there's going to be a new schedule, a better schedule, and a much, much improved members section. So now it's time to get in. Speaking of that, Job for 9 with a $5 super chat says, love the Discord. Thank you for creating a great community. Keep up the great work. I will, sir. It's only going to get better, I promise you, as I'm going to be able to devote a lot more time to it starting next week. So... but speaking of that Discord, guys, if you want to get in the best community online, get in the Discord by going into the description right now. Click the link to Patreon and get yourself in for free for the first month. After that, if you want to stick it out, you can. But the first month is on me, my friends, and I want to hit you up on that. Double sound. Am I having bad sound, guys? Let me know if my sound is bad. So please let me know right now, because I don't want to have bad sound before I get moving on the show. Somebody said I had double sound, which I definitely don't want. Fender Man, first time here. I love it. What's this? Hello, Vision. Welcome. First time tonight. Love it. You guys are the best. All right. Let's get into it. If the sound is good, we're going to get right into it, because I got a load to talk about. Okay, sound is fixed. Excellent. Good. I don't know why there was a Patreon links to the Discord. If you get in to the Patreon, you will get the discount. Fenderman with the $5 super chat says, just chipping in. Man, you guys are generous tonight. Thank you so much. For those who are new, I often get into the chat. I try to get into it in between segments. I love to answer your questions. I love to see what your guys' big comments are. Sometimes you help me because I miss something. I love that. This is a community show as best as I can make it, even though I got the mic, so I get to vamp the most. But that's just how it is, right? You get the mic, But anyways, but hit me up with your best comments, your best questions. Love talking amongst yourselves. I do have moderators in the chat. They will make sure there is no trolls. We like people, but we don't like trolls. We do not stand for dishonor, disrespect. So if you disagree, that's great, but no disrespect. If you want to get my attention, tag me. I'll do my best to find it. But if the chat's flying, it's sometimes hard for me. I do read every single super chat. I'm not asking for your money. I'm just being honest. So if you want to support the channel and get a question in, that's a great way to do it. Okay, guys, we got to get started, because otherwise we'll get stuck forever. But first, let's get to Tucker. We're going to start with Tucker tonight, because I think this is the end of Tucker Carlson having his influence. And I've been covering Tucker for a while now, but Tucker it's getting much worse for him, as he's gone full on anti-Trump, but he's now digging himself a hole. Well, this weekend started Friday All this information came out about Tucker's channel, including the fact he only has 7,000 subscribers. Well, Tucker Carlson's network, in order to combat this, posted this little graphic. Says Tucker Carlson broke cable news ratings records at Fox, and today he's reaching multiples of that audience independently at 57 million views per episode. And they showed this little graph right here. I got to tell you, there is a problem with this. And the problem is that it's not real. Now, what they did here, and people are digging it up, is they're counting X views. Well, as people know on the X algorithm, your views on X are not views. They are impressions, which means they just scrolled across somebody's feed. And this goes across the world. Tucker's views actually on YouTube and the views that matter are down. But they are pushing this hard because they want you to believe Tucker is more popular than ever, because that's all part of the psyop. Just last week on Piers Morgan, we have Dave Smith and Buckley Carlson pushing Tucker for Presidente in 2028, which I've already done an entire video on why that'll never happen, not even come close to happening. Guys, media people don't become presidents. I'm just saying, but especially nowadays. However, Tucker still got a big push behind him because they still think he's going to sway the hearts and minds of Trump voters, but that is blowing up fantastically on him. And here's a good example of just how bad his 7,000 subscribers are. Barry Weiss, the creator of the Free Press, which is a pretty decent little news magazine. I don't subscribe to it, but I do get their free stuff and check in every once in a while. But Barry Weiss, who is nowhere near as famous as Tucker Carlson, has 170,000 paying subscribers. So guys, that gives you an idea of where Tucker is actually at in his influence. Entire Tucker Carlson enterprise, foreign funded smoke and mirrors. He has 7,300 paying subscribers. Hundreds of people on X get more views than him. See, with only 75,000 followers, get nearly as many. His audience is third world bots. So it's coming out, and it's only going to get worse because of this interview. And it got so bad as people broke it down that even Tim Pool blasted out, what the ever-living F is going on with these people lying in the most insane way possible. Well, you guys remember a month ago or so when I did a video on Tucker calling Trump the antichrist? Well, now he denies it, and he does it in embarrassing fashion. So here is clip one of the Tucker collapse in real time on the New York Times interview with the New York Times. Watch this. This is embarrassing.
What I was saying, which is you cannot mock other people's gods and put yourself in their place. Period. That is a deal killer for me. That's worse than the war with Iran, in my opinion.
Yeah. But I ask because, you've been talking on your show about whether Trump is the Antichrist.
I have not said that.
On your show, the day after Easter, you noted.
Did you see how quickly he denied that? Like, he does not want to be painted in that corner. This is a man who looks very scared to own up to his past.
Because, you've been talking on your show about whether Trump is the Antichrist.
I have not said that.
On your show, the day after Easter, you noted he did not put his hand on the Bible during his swearing-in ceremony as president. You said, and I'm quoting, maybe he didn't put his hand on the Bible because he affirmatively rejects what's inside that book. And then on a recent show, you went further saying, here's a leader who's mocking the gods of his ancestors, mocking the God of gods, and exalting himself above them. Could this be the Antichrist?
I actually did not say, could this be the
Oh man, she's got him smoked. Where's your Tucker laugh? Where's the, Trump might be the Antichrist. Oh, where is it, Tucker? Doesn't feel so good right now, does it?
The Antichrist. Here's a leader who's mocking the gods of his ancestors, mocking the God of gods, and exalting himself above them. Could this be the Antichrist?
There it is. Oh, where is it, Tucker? Oh my God, this is embarrassing.
Who knows? I don't know where that comes from, but I know that those words never left my lips because
Now I get to do my laugh. Look how serious he is and how he just knows he's busted. Look at that face right there. He is seething in anger because she's got him. She's got him. And this is, I can tell you right now, I don't think Tucker expected this. I think he was going in with the New York Times thinking like, hey, guys, we're all on the same team right now, right? We're on the anti-Trump team. I've completely turned. I'm one of you now. Come on, let's hang out. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it because we're all buddies now. Trump is evil. I'm with you on the New York Times. Instead, guys, Democrats never let you back in. The left never. Once you're out, you're out. They will destroy you forever. You can't get back in. So the New York Times is helping us now destroy Tucker. But watch again his face. Look at the anger.
I don't know where that.
Do you see the glare right there? Let me go back 1 second. Look at those eyes. Holy cow, he's pissed. And he is just backing. He's doubling down, which is even more embarrassing. This is crazy. And I got to tell you guys, this is just clip one. Wait, there's a lot more.
Where that comes from, but I know that those words never left my lips because I'm not sure I fully understand what the Antichrist is. If there's just one,
really?
I actually tried to understand it.
What kind of an answer is that? Well, actually, I don't think I even know what an Antichrist is. There might be several. Tucker, you're done, dude. This is so embarrassing. There's no coming back from this.
I may have said some are asking that. I'm not.
I may have said some are asking that. Are you serious? This is crazy. I mean, he is stuck. He is stuck. And so, but anyways, we'll keep going through
on that because I don't understand it. Just to be totally
no, in
clear.
Revelations, obviously, the.
Wow, that, my friends, was embarrassing. That is crazy. Well, it just keeps getting worse. I mean, listen, like how he did some of these answers and questions. I mean, Brian Cates says it right here. When the illusion starts to crack, when he's forced to go off script. Listen to these answers.
JD has been subject to, this is well known, but I'll just confirm it, nonstop treachery from.
This is well known. I'll just confirm it. It's the trust me, bro, all over again, right?
People on the neoconservative side.
Who are these people?
Around Marco Rubio. And they have been totally against JD Vance from the very beginning.
Who do you mean specifically?
I don't know is the real answer.
Who is it, Tucker? Who's ruining JD Vance? I don't know. I thought you knew it all, Tucker. I thought you were so connected. You were confirming it. How can you confirm something if you don't have details? Unbelievable.
Sure, I don't know.
You're accusing people of treachery, so I'm wondering.
Well, I know there's been a lot of treachery for sure, and I know they were so mad about JD getting that job. I mean,
who's they? Within the White House?
I don't know the answer to that. I've never worked there. So like if you don't work there, you can say you can say what you think you know, but it's hard to really know.
This is me looking skeptical.
Yeah, well no, but it's me.
I love this woman. She's unbelievable. I cannot believe Tucker. It's so embarrassing. And here he just keeps doubling down on the insanity. Listen to this.
Instead, there were a lot of cowardly people, as there always are, and Trump engenders cowardice in the people around him through intimidation. And there is a kind of quality that he has that's spellbinding. And I think it probably...
As you listen to this, guys, can you just understand that, listen to the gobbledygook coming out of his mouth. He has nothing. This is how, the ultimate grifters, right? They say a lot without saying anything. Okay? Say a lot without saying anything. Candace Owens lives on this. Her entire show is nothing. Okay? But she says a lot. She says a lot and she sounds decent doing it. But once you actually listen, you're like, what are you even saying? there's nothing here. But Tucker's doing that right now with this whole little answer on Trump. There's nothing to this, but he's throwing out words thinking this will sound good. I'm going to make Trump sound like a witch, like a master manipulator using magic, spellbinding people. It sounds really good, but there's just nothing there because it's just nonsense. He's literally writing fiction as we watch. It's crazy.
As there always are, and Trump engenders cowardice in the people around him through intimidation. And there is a kind of quality that he has that's spellbinding, and I think it probably literally is a spell.
It probably literally is a spell. I'm mad at myself that I used to like this guy. I'm mad at myself because this is embarrassing. But you see the difference because, listen, like if we went back and watched Tucker 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when he was going after the Biden administration, when he was helping Trump and MAGA, like he said great stuff, okay, because he was speaking truth. You see that when you actually have some evidence on your side and you have some truth and, and I obviously now we know he was just cozying up to MAGA. He's obviously always been an asset and it's being deployed time because that has never been more clear. But the difference, you see, he's just, it went from Tucker could actually say good things and lead you into good stories and interesting stories. And now when he's turned, they just don't have anything. So they're just making it up. This is wild. He's like a completely different person. I know he's not, because I know some of you guys are always like, oh, I never liked Tucker. You always make me feel stupid. I get it, okay, but I'm sure there's some idiot that you followed at some point that you liked, and then he turned out to be a moron, and you're like, dang it, got it. I mean, nobody never gets got, okay? But the difference is stark. It's wild. I'm a pretty smart guy, okay? I've been following this stuff for 25 years. Politics, studying history, studying political history, theory, our civics, all that stuff. I can usually see through this stuff, okay? And Tucker got me for a time. But this is not the same man. It's not the same guy talking. And so he is completely changing, and it's obviously an act to try to take somebody down. Okay. And so they were deployed, but the problem is they don't have anything. That's the problem. You see, when a great investigative reporter or somebody doing, who's got dirt, who's got connections, has stuff, they speak with authority. They don't have to meander. They don't have to make stuff up. But Tucker has nothing right now. So it's like, oh, Trump casts a spell on people. Are you kidding me? This is so pathetic. It's crazy.
The effect is to weaken people around him and make them more compliant and more confused. And I've experienced this myself. You spend a day with Trump.
See, there's his only proof. Okay, I've experienced this myself. Trump cast a spell on me. It's nuts.
Sort of like you're in this kind of dreamland. It's like smoking hash or something. It's interesting. Very interesting. And there may be a supernatural component to it. I'm not a theologian. But
a supernatural component on it. And all of a sudden, he's not a theologian, although he loves to tell us what Jesus talks. He loves to tell us how Christianity is actually in favor of socialism and all this other stuff. But now he's not a theologian. But it could be supernatural. I've experienced it myself. There's just nothing there. And I got to say, guys, if you watch this, you should love Trump even more at this point, because if there was anything they had on Trump, it would be all over the place. They'd be spewing it out. But you see, they keep going after him again and again, and now they just don't have anything. And so now it's, instead of trust me, bro, trust me, bro. I lived it. Trump cast a spell on me. And, it's like, he's just been listening to too many Creedence songs or something. It's just the craziest thing. So here he is. Now he's lying about his interview with Fuentes. Listen to this.
I wish I hadn't done the Fuentes interview because...
Really?
Yeah, it was totally not worth it. I mean, it was like kind of interesting, I guess. But it was used as... I added to the distraction. What I really wanted to talk about was where we were going in this war with Iran.
Whoa. Time out, Tucker. The Fuentes interview was months before the war with Iran. And so how could you say this is what you really wanted to talk about? Now, this is a provable fact. This is not speculation. This isn't even you lying about your own words. This is just saying, like, you talked to Fuentes about the Iran war when it wasn't even going on. This is crazy stuff.
And I spent like a month getting calls from people being like, you're a Nazi. Okay. And I wish I hadn't done that. Not that it didn't imperil my soul. I wish I hadn't done the Fuentes.
Imperil my soul. I mean, nonsense. It is just all over the place. Listen to this craziness. This everything is just unbelievable. Here's another fun one.
Of publicly breaking with the president.
So I will say, I don't do monologues. That's ad lib. So that's just, I didn't write it. I don't have notes. It's just like, that's how I feel. So it's probably not as coherent as it should be.
I don't do monologues. I just ad lib. See, now he's trying to get out of it. Now he's trying to say, like, I just, on my show, I just say whatever comes to my mind. I can't really be held accountable for that because, it's not like it's scripted. It's not like we put it together. It's just a thing, It's like, I just say stuff. I don't even know what I say half the time. You think I know what I'm saying? That Fuentes, I just wanted to talk to him. Then they called me a Nazi. But Trump's the real Nazi. And, and Netanyahu, what's up with that? That's just, Israel's obviously behind it all. This is crazy. This is insanity. I mean, it's so embarrassing. I was shocked when I watched it, and I'm even shocked again rewatching it right now. I mean, here's another clip of him just outright lying and getting called on it.
The future that I imagine is not a future in which we're yelling at each other about race. It's a future in which people are legitimately revolutionary, maybe even violent, on the basis of thwarted economic opportunity.
And you said in our previous interview, the future that I imagine is not a future in which we're yelling at each other about race. It's a future in which people are legitimately revolutionary, maybe even violent, on the basis of thwarted economic opportunity.
Certainly didn't mean to endorse violence. I can't imagine I would never say that intentionally. I'm amazed that you have a tape of me saying that, and I just want to disavow it.
I'm amazed you have a tape of me saying that. What? I'm amazed you have a tape of me saying that, and I just want to disavow it. Tucker's realizing he's really not that smart when he's confronted. I mean, this is like, we've been covering what Alex Jones and Candace have been doing this like crazy, but Tucker doing it all at once like this is wild. I mean, this is all this weekend just being uncovered, guys. This is crazy stuff.
I'm not for violence. It's a future in which people are legitimately revolutionary, maybe even violent, on the basis of thwarted economic opportunity. The future that I imagine is...
Wow. And then there's this one. So this is, somebody mashed this together. And this is one of those, once you see it, you can't unsee it. All right. You guys, there might be some Tucker stands still in the crowd here being like, oh, that's not that bad. Oh, no, you're wrong. Well, wait till you see this.
I think U.S. aid, military aid to Israel, and the implied security guarantees, some explicit, but many implied security guarantees of the United States to Israel probably haven't helped Israel that much long term. It's a rich country with a highly capable population. Like every other country, it's probably best if it makes its decisions based on what it can do by itself. That country couldn't exist not for a week without U.S. backing.
America's supporting Israel because it's an ally.
I don't even know what those words mean. I'm just saying principle.
They're an ally, right? I mean, they both.
I don't know what that means to be an ally.
Qatar is like one of our closest allies in the world. The largest American air base in the Middle East is in Qatar. They're a close ally of ours.
Let me get to the nub of the question, since, again, a lot is at stake. A lot of money is at stake. Land is very valuable. Israel has a lot of resources. We have a huge country. This is a country the size of New Jersey with no resources. I come to Israel and the infrastructure, we were flying in, and I said to my buddy, I was like, man, first of all, looks great. I love the agriculture in Israel because it's beautiful. I love green. I love plants.
I remember when it didn't look like that.
Yeah.
First time I came in 53 years ago.
It's great. Israel, which is one of the single ugliest countries in the world. Nothing of beauty has been built there since 1948. Sorry, I've been everywhere in that country, and it's true. Hamas is a group of jihadis. They're Islamic extremists, which they also claim constantly. Which I don't know if that's true, by the way. It seems more like a political organization.
Raised some eyebrows this week when you said that Hamas is more like a political organization than a terror group.
I didn't say that.
An attack on Western civilization.
He really loves
looks
to say
like
I didn't
this.
say
It's
that.
tribalism. It's identity politics. It's DEI. It's whatever. It's Zionism. It's any belief system that begins with the understanding that one group is morally superior to other groups.
Well, just on principle, like every other group in the world has the right to its own homeland except white people? Like what?
We don't think in terms of groups as Christians or Westerners. We think in terms of the individual. It's literally that simple.
But as long as some groups have a right to self-determination, then every group has a right. It's that simple.
It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. Tucker's a liar. It's that simple. Tucker makes up stuff in the moment. It's that simple. Whatever sounds good to who he's talking to in the moment, it's that simple. Whatever Tucker needs to be, he'll be. It's that simple, folks. I mean, my God. This is going to be one of the biggest downfalls of a media person we've ever seen, because there's no coming back from this. So the only people hanging on after this are going to be the people who they're all in on Tucker no matter what. They keep getting fed what they want. They love that he's turned on Trump. But other than that, guys, it's going to be the bots, the libertards, the like Dave Smith and all them who are just like going to keep hoping against hope that Tucker can remain popular so they can run him as a third party candidate and keep touting that language because they needed America First candidate and they don't have anybody. They don't have anybody. This whole idea of Tucker and Joe Kent is insanity. They get 1% of the vote, if that. It's crashing and burning in real time. And what we just saw, what I just showed you for the first 20 minutes of this tonight, I mean, is astounding. I mean, it's embarrassing. There's no backing it up. Back and forth. And all of these clips were within like basically the last year and a half. It's not like we're pulling stuff from 10 years ago that he changed his mind on. So we're watching a downfall, but it's all of them. It's not just Tucker. It's Tucker. It's Alex Jones. It's Candace Owens. It's Megyn Kelly. It's Nick Fuentes was already over there, but it's Dave Smith. I mean, they're all just falling apart because they jumped on the gravy train when the getting was good. And they made big buku bucks doing so. And, at this point, because they all shifted at the same time, they have to be assets of someone. I'm thoroughly convinced in it. And I cannot unsee what we're seeing right now, because you cannot possibly be that stupid unless you're forced to do it or you're just trying to get money. Well, these people don't need the money. Candace Owens is worth hundreds of millions of dollars thanks to her husband. Tucker is a trust fund kid who has millions and millions and maybe hundreds of millions of dollars. Alex Jones has been wealthy for a long time thanks to his show and my supplements. You gotta love my supplements. They make lots of money. So money is not the deal here. And yet they're all connected to intelligence agencies. And just like at this point, I mean, I got to say, still following Tucker Carlson, still following these people and trusting them, it's an IQ test. I forgive. I can understand people who've been duped before. I do. I've been duped. There are a million psyops going on all the time these days, a million. And if you don't get caught by any of them, you're just not paying attention, because everybody gets sucked into something at some point. It's impossible. The human brain can't handle all of it at once. But the question is, do you wake up once you see the evidence? do you turn? And anybody who's not starting to see it at this point, I'm like, this is an IQ test. Your political IQ test, your PSYOP ability to withstand, to critical think IQ test. And if you can't see it at this point, I don't know what to tell you. The good news is it's becoming so obvious. People are waking up more and more. And so, but it's going to continue. It's only going to get worse. There's no coming back for this. The fall has started, and now we're just going to keep watching it in real time because they'll never be able to come back after this. So sorry, Tucker. But, I just really can't understand what happened to him. I just can't. It's, he did a great job. He kind of cast a spell on me. And, but I see it now. I see it. And, everybody tells me, and I can confirm this, that, Israel is got to be behind this. I mean, can't you see it? That's Tucker. And sorry, Tucker, but you Dunsky, bro. We're done. And US. It's just embarrassing at this point. It's just embarrassing at this point. Okay. And it's not just him. Are you guys ready? Because Tucker obviously had the worst weekend of these people. And Alex had a pretty bad weekend as well, guys. So I gotta tell you, Alex. So Alex, I lost InfoWars last weekend. They took it away from me. The Onion took it away from me, and oh my gosh, this damn dirty gay frogs and the globalists and the Satanists, they took it away from me, and they gave it to the Onion. But it's okay because I'm back, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to fight for you. Well, I got to tell you something. Tucker Carlson, the most trustworthy man in news, says U.S. President Trump's being held hostage by Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu. I'm sorry. I've only had 75 whiskeys today. I'm struggling. But this Tucker statement is 100% true. In the report below, I lay out how not only Trump, but America is also held hostage by Netanyahu and must break free. All right, let me break it down. So, Alex is talking about this clip from Tucker.
But I'll take it further.
Saying that
America's
this Alex one keeps playing. I don't want it to play. I want the other one to play. But Tucker's saying that Trump is actually held hostage by Netanyahu. Listen to this.
You said he's a hostage.
By the way, if you've been watching, remember, this is the most trustworthy man in news, and I just proved it. Okay, just remember.
Just now, you told the BBC he's a slave to foreign interests.
Correct.
So I just want to ask you to be sort of explicit. I mean, Trump is being held hostage by whom? Or by who?
Benjamin
or by
Netanyahu and by his many advocates in the United States. And we know that not simply because Trump started the war on February 28th, but because he couldn't get out of it.
He couldn't get out of it. It's check my watch here. It's been just over 2 months in one of the biggest military operations we've ever conducted, and it's almost over, and it's stuck, Tucker. Listen, I know the whole retarded take that Trump is controlled by Israel is very popular, and every time I challenge it and show all the evidence of how it's not even close to true, and there's literally no evidence behind it. Sorry, I just pulled a Tucker right there by pulling out a literally. But despite that, there's no evidence to it whatsoever. There's only speculation, but a lot of retards believe it. And because it's trendy and it's like it feels good to stay dooming, to stay blackpilled. But I got to tell you right now, one of the number one evidences now that Trump is definitely not controlled by Israel is that Tucker Carlson says he is. Let's just be honest about that. But anyways, here he continues.
He declares we're having a ceasefire. This was 4 weeks in. He says we're having a ceasefire. And we're having these talks, and they're going great, and we're going to open the strait. And Iran says, yeah, one of our conditions is Israel's got to pull back from southern Lebanon. You can't use the Iran war as a pretext for stealing more land from a sovereign country. That's not your country. Like
a pretext for stealing more land. Last I checked, we weren't taking any land. That's anyways. So for Alex to come, I'm not going to play Alex's thing. It's 4 minutes long. It's too long. We don't need to hear him lying. But the fact that Alex comes out immediately, and this becomes the headline of his show tonight, after, of course, he has to announce that, I'm back, Alex, you can't stop Alex Jones. That's number one. This is the second part of his headline tonight. But the fact that Tucker on X just getting embarrassed right now because of this interview. And so Alex feels the need to back it up and say, no, Tucker's 100% right. That, my friends, is almost, it makes me think like Tucker had to give him a call and be like, Alex, do you see I'm getting destroyed on X today? I need a little help, buddy. Can you help me? Oh, sure, Tucker. What can I do for you? Well, we're supposed to be taking down Trump, and I screwed up, man. I screwed up. They caught me in 75 different lies in one interview. Can you help me out? And Alex is like, oh yeah, sure. I lie all the time. I just got to do it on my show. So I'll make it my main story tonight. All right, bye, buddy. That's basically this is crazy. The timing of this is insane. To back anything Tucker says in this interview, and Alex is supposed to be the great man of research and the guy who knows, the guy behind the guy. I'm saying this word a lot tonight, but it's getting embarrassing. It's like they're not even trying anymore. Like, at least try to dupe me. At least give me something that makes me go, could that be true? But instead, it's just like, let's all double down together in this crazy circle jerk. Now, this guy, this Pete Santilli guy, radio host, researcher, he's got all this stuff he's starting to bring out about Alex with the InfoWars going down and all this stuff. And listen, I've read some of it before, but it's ramping up. And I will tell you, like, we don't need to go through all of it, but it's like the accusations he's a deviant, this is the one thing I thought was very interesting that he brought up, that Alex Jones sabotaged his own Sandy Hook trial, which I'm like, okay, what do you mean by that? Well, he says, despite having evidence his cases were sabotaged, he never fought it during trial and never appealed the verdict. Well, I don't know about this part, but I know this is absolutely true. And I, as soon as I saw that, I thought to myself, why, Alex, if this was the big thing, why wouldn't you appeal that? And I certainly didn't ever see an appeal for this. So that is pretty crazy and shady. And it does make you wonder, like, was this just all part of the plan? Was this just all Alex going along with this and continuing the grift? But I'll tell you, these people can't hide anymore. They had a long running good thing going. And Alex should have just stayed in conspiracy world where he never had to prove anything. Okay. He should have just stayed there. And Tucker, if he wanted a real career, it was working for him on the MAGA train, and then he bailed. Candace was doing great when she was going after the entertainers, and then she entered politics, and it's all fallen apart for her. These people, once they went grift, and that's why, again, none of it makes sense why they would do this unless they actually are assets. Because it just doesn't make sense any other way. It just doesn't, because this stuff is crazy the more it comes out. And now let's go to Candace. Well, now she's under this lawsuit, and she now is trying to backstab the other guy as if she's not the one who said all the defamatory stuff against Harpole. I mean, listen to this, how she's trying to throw Mitch Snow under the bus now.
What is so shocking about this is that throughout this lawsuit, he explicitly lies, that the lawyer explicitly lies in this filing by claiming that I asserted over and over again that Mitch Snow was telling the truth about Harpole, when in fact, no, I went through a great many pains to repeatedly assert publicly that I could not confirm that he saw Harpole. Okay, here is just one of many examples on my podcast. This is actually when I interviewed.
Now, I don't watch enough Candace to say whether or not she's completely lying right here, but I follow a lot of people who do watch her, and they all say she never backed up that she couldn't confirm this. She listen, she asserts a lot of stuff as truth without it being truth. So for her now to start trying to back out of this tells me she's scared of this lawsuit. She is terrified of this lawsuit, and she's trying to pin it all now on this Mitch Snow guy, her source.
Mitch Snow, where I said, I can't confirm who you saw. Take a listen. And I want to be clear, I can confirm on this podcast live every step of your story in terms of where you went, what time you were there, that there was this big meeting that happened. I've confirmed the location with other people that are on Fort Huachuca currently. I can confirm everything with metadata. I obviously can't confirm that you saw who you say you saw.
She cut it off right before a butt was coming. Do you see that? She took out the context of this out of context. Watch her mouth. She's about to drop a big ol' but I can. That's what was coming.
Confirm
Watch it.
That you saw who you say you saw.
Yep, it was
Obviously
coming.
Can't confirm.
Anyways,
that you saw. Who
she's
you say
clearly,
you saw. And
she's
I said it
clearly scared
repeatedly.
because now she's doing her whole show on how she didn't necessarily believe the guy. I don't know, but here's somebody who does watch the show. And as somebody as Candace tries to distance herself from Mitch Snow in the Fort Huachuca debacle. Somebody told me how to pronounce that. I still can't get it. Just remember that when she broke the story, she told her viewers she was sitting in church praying for a lead, and then Mitch messaged her. That sounds like Candace. Just kind of like when Charlie's ghost came to her and was like, Candace, please investigate my killing. Please. Candace wanted you to believe Mitch's story is a direct answer to prayer, and now she's trying to disassociate from it. 100% true. And then Laura Loomer has just decided that Candace Owens will be the end. It's going to be the end of Candace. And the thing is with Laura, sometimes Laura says stuff and she doesn't have the receipts. Don't get me wrong. I get criticized every time I bring up Laura. Can I just say real quick here, I'm not a Laura Loomer fan. Can I just be honest about that? I'm not a Laura Loomer fan. But she's been right enough where you have to at least pay attention because sometimes she brings the receipts. And right now she is tearing down Candace and her husband with receipts. Candace's father-in-law holds investments in Israel-focused VC firm Hetz Ventures, whose founder is a former IDF soldier. Isn't that interesting? Candace's own father-in-law. Now, I know he's come out and said some stuff against her, but regardless, this man is House of Lords. He's MI6 connected. Her husband is inheriting his $300 million fortune from his father. So whether he, it sounds to me like the outward, I don't like what she says thing sounds staged to me. I'll just be honest with you. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am. But regardless, Candace married into a family, a multi-million, hundreds of million dollar family after 17 days of knowing the guy. Who has lots of gay accusations against him, including sexual assault accusations from another man. Regardless of all that, she still, with this whole Israel controls the world thing, decided to marry into a family where a lot of their money is tied up in Israel. I'm sorry, there's just no getting away from that. That looks terrible. Okay, so Michael Farmer, British businessman, House of Lords peer, and father-in-law of Candace, maintains investment in Hell's. Public records from UK Parliament's Register of Interest list Lord Farmer's holdings in multiple hedge funds, including Hetz Ventures, Hetz Ventures 2, Hetz Ventures 3. Oh, they were really clever with these names. These are disclosed under Category 2 shareholdings, venture capital investments. Farmer, metals trading veteran nicknamed Mr. Copper, founder of Red Kite Group, has built significant wealth through commodities and finance. Entered House of Lords as conservative life peer in 2014, has documented history of support for Israel and Jewish causes. Very interesting. He focuses on Israeli founders in high-growth sectors. So they're a venture capitalist firm and like angel investors. So anyways, it continues on. She's got all the receipts right here. It's just crazy. It just shows like what an absolute shill Candace is as well. And it's going to get worse for her as all this keeps going into discovery and so on and so forth. Here's a great little clip describing Candace and her ties to Alexander Dugin, and which that dude is bad news. But anyways, here, listen to this.
Especially because of unfiltered social media access?
I don't think that they're desensitized to.
Let me skip ahead a little bit here. They start by talking about violence, but then they get into Candace. Violence on the left.
They're attracted to it. And I think it's by design. partially because it's a profit model, but also because adversaries of the United States want this filth to be in our society. I mean, there's a Russian intelligence operative who runs influence campaigns. His name is Alexander Dugin, who is sanctioned by the U.S. government because of his influence operations, who has said that his strategy is to stir up hatred and discord within the United States, so that if you have a disagreement with someone, that's the type of hateful sentiment that follows. You can't just have a disagreement. No, it always has to be war, 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 and so that America starts to rip itself apart. And guess what? That Russian intelligence agent interacts with Candace Owens. And Candace Owens also has another advisor and close friend, John Mappin, who is closely associated with Alexander Dugin, that Russian intelligence operative. Crazy. And he's also connected to the Church of Scientology. That's weird when you have those types of influences in your immediate social circle. And by the way, Russian state media, Iranian and Chinese state media as well, propaganda operatives, all amplify her and these conspiracy theories. So they have decided that the way to hurt America is to hurt Erica Kirk and Turning Point USA, and the best way to do that is to help Candace Owens.
Yep. They're also propagating and pushing out Tucker's. You know, Tucker's shows are translated into Arabic and aired on Iranian TV and stuff. I mean, it's crazy these connections. And Dugin is just, he's bad news. And I still haven't done the deep dive on Dugin I want to do, but I'm working on that for a member's life. But so here's we talked about Tucker's followers earlier. Here's an example of somebody promoting Candace's content. It's giving you an idea of how these people fake being as popular as they are. So you have this account, Preppy, date joined October 23, account based in India App Store. And just watch how this person defends Candace online. I love when people put this stuff together. 9 followers and just all over. Charlie was the one who said he was a time traveler. Why do you people mock Charlie's ideas? See, how many times, you got to ask yourself, if you're on X especially, how many times have you actually debated a bot? I try not to, but yeah, check everyone where they're from, because this is what they do. They just want you to think these people are popular. They want you to think they're defended. They want you to think there's actually people who believe this stuff, and to discourage us all. It's all part of a discouragement campaign to blackpill us. I mean, look how it just keeps going. A lot of these are AI, and then a lot of them are just people running fake accounts paid to do this. But you see, it just keeps going. They act like real people, guys. But why would an Indian care so much about Charlie Kirk and all this stuff? Now, this happens all the time. Almost every single time I get a crazy... So one of the ways you can tell is they have the numbers. A lot of them have like lots of numbers in their name. So you can tell they made the account real fast and give it a real name. The other way on X, you can go to their page, and just like at the beginning here, you can look at where they're from. So like for me, anybody who ever debates me about American politics or comes at me about American politics and they're from another country, it's an immediate block. Because it's like 99% chance they're a bot. So that's one way I do it. And that's one of the reasons I block here on YouTube as well. I ban comments and stuff, because once the trolling starts, you don't know if that person's real. You just don't. And then, honestly, if they're dicks and they're real, it's not worth it anyways, right? So, but this is who we're dealing with, guys. It's barely even real people half the time. Now, Brian Cates has a great breakdown on what's coming for Candace. Says, as someone who's actually covered defamation cases as a journalist, I commented this morning on Dangerous with Coffee on the massive legal liabilities Candace Owens now faces. More than one. Liabilities plural. Usually proving actual malice is the biggest burden. To make a successful defamation case, you have to prove the person you are suing knew they were lying, knew they were accusing an innocent person of something they didn't do, and they were telling the lie, making the accusation in order to maliciously damage that person. Third point is where most defamation cases that fail break down. That's not going to happen with Owens. See, most defamation cases center on claims about what someone said in just one brief interview, sometimes in print, claims they made to a reporter. There's no audio tape or brief. That's not going to be how this goes. Candace literally spent hours as the months rolled by babbling away on camera. Her own show, getting all those views, is going to be her worst, the worst thing against her. Her chortling with glee, as she said, what are demonstrably untrue things to maliciously damage and incite attacks against innocent persons will be undoing. She's already trying to frantically walk it all back. Too late. Here comes the pain. So there's lots of legal people who believe that Candace is in big trouble. And I got to say, I'm so here for it. So we have Alex lost InfoWars. Already, I was looking at his stream tonight. He's got like half the viewers he usually has on a Sunday night. It went down from like 300,000 a couple months ago to he was around 95 to 102,000 in that range tonight. So his is already dropping down. Candace is in major legal trouble. Tucker is blowing himself up. And we have Megyn Kelly's views are down. It's happening to them, and they all crossed Trump and thought we would follow, and instead we all stayed with Trump. And now they're the ones falling apart. It's beautiful to behold. Even Nick Fuentes now, who's always been awful, is starting to walk back on his stuff. I'm not going to play the clip because this segment's going a little long.
So the guy said,
but he is now going back on immigration, which was his number one thing, right? All the groypers, immigration, get them out of here. It's like white power, and it's like he doesn't even care anymore. He says, "Oh, I don't care. It's boring. Talk to me later." And so he's backtracking because all this is backfiring on them, guys. It's not working. It's pathetic. And we have Joe Kent getting exposed now. So here's Steve Baker with Kyle Seraphin, Kyle Seraphin. We're still waiting on Kash Patel to be fired, as you said, on April 2nd. It's been a month. Kyle, on Alex Jones Show tonight, Kyle Seraphin joins me, my good friend who's never wrong, to tell me that Kash Patel will be fired tonight. Well, that was April 2nd. We've waited a month. Not happening. Well, he has Steve Baker on to talk all this crap on the Viva Frei show and how, all this behind the scenes stuff, Trump and Israel. Well, Joe Kent recruited this guy to work with ODNI on J6, and now Baker is facing a defamation lawsuit and has been fired following a story regarding a Jan 6 pipe bomb suspect. So he lied and he fired. Defamation. It's just happening to these people. Here's Scott Ritter. Scott Ritter, who, when Iran first was struck, was one of those out there, one of the main ones out there. I had people sending me his videos. Oh, Iran's got super duper hypersonic specialized weapons and they're going to destroy us once we slow down. Just wait. They're waiting for us to cease fire. And they're going to blow us all up. And Trump's in so much trouble. Iran is amazing. Well, look at where he's at now. The fact Iran doesn't preemptively strike the U.S., Israel, and its Gulf Arab allies at this juncture is beyond me. Oh, maybe because you lied the whole time and you based your entire reputation on, again, going against Trump and acting like you knew something. See, him, Douglas McGregor, all these other foreign policy experts who for years and years have lied to us about how powerful Iran is, how powerful China is, the upcoming wars that are coming here. I mean, they've lied about everything to scare us. All of it. And it's all being exposed now. All being exposed. Iran, we just mopped the floor with them. Not even in, we did it against China's weapons and Russia's weapons. Did the same thing in Venezuela. We're learning. Trump is proving to all of us that all this fear about these other nations and how powerful they were, all nonsense. It's been nonsense for years, and we were all raised to believe it. This is like, it's why I know, other than the fact he has 2,000 plus texts with Epstein about taking down Trump, it's one of the reasons I know Steve Bannon is full of crap, because all he talks about is China. Well, guess what? China's done bad things. Don't get me wrong, but they were allowed to do it. They were allowed to do it by the Clintons who sold secrets to them, by the Obamas, by Biden. They were allowed in to infiltrate us and keep spreading. And we were all supposed to believe, oh, we can't really do that much. because they're basically on par with us. We just got to kind of keep them in check. That was a psyop. Trump's showing us that China is a paper tiger compared to what they told us. They are nothing. And it's not that they're not a strong nation, because they are, but I'm saying in comparison, their economy is 60% of ours and declining. Their population is crashing. Their real estate market is crashing. Their weapons are all from Temu and suck, as we've just demonstrated. They did not join into World War III in Iran. Every doom thing people spit out there, every black pill, everything that doomsayers always say, it's all being proven wrong. Over and over and over again. And you know what? People used to make fun of me for white pilling. There's not many people making fun of me anymore, because they see that they keep coming up. They have to keep making up these bad scenarios that are going to happen, and they never happen. And it's like I've been saying for over a decade now, one of the things that white pilled me the most is that, you know what? I've lived through this was 10 years ago, 12 years ago. It's more now. But at this point, it's like, I don't know how many apocalypses I've lived through. 12, 15, blah, blah, blah. You know what, guys? It doesn't do any good to keep making up this crap. It doesn't do any good to keep blackpilling. We are winning. And as long as we decide to win, we will win. We are the United States of America. We are by far the strongest nation on earth. We are by far the strongest military, by far the best economy. And that's with us having been in decline for a while. Just wait till we bounce back. We finally have a president showing this to us. It's unbelievable what we're seeing. And if you're not white-pilled at this point, I don't know what to tell you. We're exposing this nonsense all the time. I still get people who are like, you have no idea how bad it's going to get. Oh, really? I've been hearing that for 40 years. I'm 42. So yeah, as soon as I was 2 years old, it was on TV. I'm sure it was. But from the time I've been old enough to remember, it's always been doom. Oh, the rainforests are going away. Oh, the ozone layer is a big problem. Oh my God, everything's a problem. China is coming up to us. Y2K is going to ruin the computers. It's going to be Mad Max on Monday. It's always something. Always. And I got to tell you, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's because it's morons like this who do it for a living. And you know what the problem is? Well, they're finding out their problem is that they kept going and going on things they never thought they'd be proven wrong on. Scott Ritter thought he'd never be proven wrong on Iran, so he could make up whatever he wanted to say. Steve Bannon and all these guys on China, they never thought they'd be proven wrong, so they just kept saying it to scare us all, to get us to fall in line, and just to believe these threats, because that leads to fear, which leads to control. And it's why it gets you buying my supplements. And just in case for the end times when you get my little pack. So you have a bunker pack. You got to have food saved up for 75 years because you might be living at home in a bunker. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. It's just like, we can't live like that. We can't live like that. And I'll say this, as a person of faith, we're actually commanded not to live like that. But it says there is no ceasefire. U.S. blockade is an act of war, which nullifies any agreement. He's just begging right now Iran to do anything so his career can come back. We're led by the most ignorant military leaders in history. Really, they just absolutely decimated Venezuela and Iran. They're the most ignorant in history. Come on. This guy is an absolute moron, and yes, he's a pedophile too. So there's always that. You can't forget that part. Now, the good news is these people are losing followers like crazy. They're just bleeding out. Here's this America First thing they put together. America First United, one nation, no division. These people have millions of followers online. Live event May 2nd. Millions of followers. And who showed up? Wow. That's awesome. Good job, guys. I mean, guys, it's all a grift. You understand? It's all a grift. And I'm not saying everybody's bad, because there are good people out there. There's good people doing good work. But all these people, this America First thing, remember, we figured it out months ago. America First is coded. It's not, Trump says it and stuff, but MAGA is our call sign. That is the call sign of Trump's movement and the real movement doing stuff. America First is the coded language for the grifters. And it's all of them. And whenever they refuse to say MAGA and they're like, we're America First, really? That's the coded language. They're all in it together. It's Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's Thomas Massey. It's Tucker, Alex, Megan, the usual suspects. But that's what they always say. Always say. And now I'm at the point where anybody who comes out with that, like, I'm actually America First, I'm like, grifter immediately. That's how you see it. It's so obvious at this point. So, all right. Anyways, we're winning and they're going away. So that's the best news of all. All right, guys. Hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I have a lot more to get to, but I do want to take a quick break here and check in on the chat. We got updates on Iran. We got updates on the midterms. I'm going to go through here in a minute because there's just so much going on right now. But listen, if you're new here, please hit that like, hit that subscribe. Thank you guys for watching and giving my show a chance. Now, I do want to go through, make sure I don't miss any of I did see some super chats, so I want to hit those first because these people paid good money for me to read them out. Let's see here. I can go sort it by here. All right. We have the amazing Matthew says the last media person to win a national election was Mussolini. Keep pushing, Tucker. You too can become a dictator. I love it, Matthew. Thank you for the super chat and great comment. Appreciate you. Fenderman with the $10 super chat says the woke Reich think that Iran's attack meant that Trump controlled by Israel. The woke Reich hasn't reconciled DOJ, indicted SPLC, and called out the ADL. So how is he controlled by Israel? Dude, there's a million reasons, like a million aspects of evidence that prove Trump is not controlled by Israel, but they don't look at evidence. They just want to believe that, oh, we went to war, it must be Israel. It's a major psyop, and it's honestly retarded at this point because the evidence is so overwhelming in the other direction. But thank you for your super chat and a great call out. Mandy with the $10 super chat as well says aid to Israel is $3.8 billion. That's 0.01% of total government spending. It's spent straight back into American weapons companies. Ukraine cost America $380 billion plus. I know it's asinine. And in fact, AIPAC is like 18th or 20th on how much money they give out of lobbyists. Dentists give more. The Real Estate Foundation of America gives more. So yeah, it's like, okay. Elon gave more and Trump took away all of his subsidies. So there you go. David with the $10 super chat says, that's a real conspiracy. Trump and his admin are really bringing our country to a golden age. We're taking power back. People need to take what Trump says seriously. Absolutely, my friend. And thank you for the super chat. And Doge GF Solo with the $10 super chat. No question or comment, just a donation. And I appreciate you. Thank you for that, sir. Big Event asks, if you take Alex's supplements, do you turn into a big fat alcoholic? I don't know, but I'm sure it didn't help. MFN Tango with the 5 Ace gift memberships for memberships here on YouTube. Thank you for that, MFN. I appreciate that donation. And for everybody who got a membership, now you can watch all the members only lives here on American Fire. Thank you for that. Christina Abbott with the $7 donation. Thank you, Christina. I appreciate you as always. I hope we're still praying for Canada, man, that it comes there next for you and yours. Yeah, Jake Shields is terrible. There's so many bad ones. So many bad ones. Let's see. Did I miss any others tagging me or anything else said? I don't think so. This chat's going awesome tonight. Thank you, mods. You're keeping it nice and clean, keeping out the trolls. So everybody looks like they're having a good time. So listen, guys, if you like the show, if you like this community, listen, this chat We moderate it for a reason, so it stays friendly so you guys can have good conversations. If you want to do it 24/7 and really become part of the community where you get to talk to these amazing people, we share news up to date. I jump in there every day as well. You're going to want to get into the Patreon. It's in my description below. Click the link and go to the Patreon and get free access for 1 month. That's my gift to you. You get a month. And you get access to the Discord group full time and 24/7, and then access to every bit of content I've ever made for members only, including classes and so on and so forth. And also, you're getting at a great time because next week things are going to be changing around here, and I'll be announcing more of that soon. But it's going to get a lot better for members especially. But CJB says, we thought it was Tucker we liked. It was a script writer we like. He's vacuous without them. That's a great point. I agree with you. Satiric says, you're the real America First, sir. America First from a foreign perspective. Those guys are something else. So thank you for that, Satiric. Where are you from? But that's awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. Let's see. Anything else before we go? That's terrible. DRT. That's a terrible. I'm not going to read that out loud, but that's funny. You guys are hilarious. Anything else real quick? A big event says join through Patreon and get access to the Discord. Yes, 1 free month. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Let's get moving. I got a lot more to get into, and I will take another break after the next segment and get into the chat. So you guys can still take time if you want to comment and get to me on this. But we definitely got more to talk about. So Trump, this just made me laugh. Let's start with this tonight on updates in Iran. Trump says we are pirates. This is just great. Trump just killing it as always, and it doesn't want to play. So hold on a second. Let me see if I can figure this out here. This is such a great clip. I can't even get it to run. All right, there you go again. All right, Trump on Iran and the pirates of America.
And then we landed on top of it. On top of everything else, we then land on top of it, and we took over the ship. We took over the cargo, took over the oil. It's a very profitable business. Who would have thought we were doing that? We're like pirates. We're sort of like pirates. But we're not playing games because, for 47 years.
I love how much he loved it. I love how much he loved to say it. We're like pirates. He really loved it. He's having a great time. This man is not scared. He's not worried about where we are in Iran because things are going our way. Now, Trump pulled off a master move last week. And in this master move, he told Congress that hostilities with Iran began on February 28th have terminated. He signed it. It's a legal document to Congress basically saying that my original offensive is over. The clock has stopped ticking, because with the War Powers Act, you get 60 days and then you have to basically get approval for war. Well, Trump reset the clock. And they can challenge it if they want to, but this is brilliant because now the ceasefire has gone on long enough that any other hostilities we might carry out going forward, if we need to, any final strikes as were being planned last week, they should qualify as a new attack. And I tell you what, Congress might fight that, but the Republicans won't. They'll back them up, and also it should be quick enough where they're never going to get anything out of it anyways. So just a genius move by Trump, breaking it all down. But again, that reset matters. And I do think that was a big part of the ceasefire, not because Trump wants to keep fighting them, not because he wants to keep bombing, but because he wants to have the option and he doesn't want to have to rely on feckless, useless Congress to be a part of it. Now, Iran, we might not need to bomb again because they were planning a final strike as of last week. We had that confirmed. CENTCOM came, multiple sources reported CENTCOM came to Trump with the plans for it. But Iran's economy is crashing in real time. It's getting worse for them in big ways. So you have Iran's being pushed to absolute limits. 67% inflation, 2 million jobs lost, currency at record lows, 100 billions of reconstruction costs. They may not survive this. Regime is holding but barely. They're giving out emergency food coupons worth $7 a person, a minimum wage of $130 a month. That's crazy. They're betting they can outlast Trump in the global economic pressure. Early data shows it might not be working. Question now, whether a regime that survived 47 years of sanctions, wars, and revolutions will break under this one, or whether the U.S. and global economy run out of patience first. Well, I think it's going to end badly for them. So you see, reporting from inside Iran, we have this account right here. I don't know how much longer my internet will stay connected. I don't know if they're going to shut it down again or what, but I wanted to say we're carrying on. We're neither hopeless until the overthrow of this regime nor waiting for Trump to help again or not. In the end, it's us and the Shah, and that's enough for us. This is coming from Iran, translated from Persian, and this guy breaks it down right here. I don't know when they'll cut it again. It's us and the Shah. An Iranian protester managed to post this from inside the country. This is exactly why the Iranian people are the best boots on the ground to defeat the Islamic Republic. We have the courage, numbers, unwavering will to overthrow this terror state. You don't need to send your own troops. Arm the people already fighting on the inside. And it's looking more and more like they might actually rise up and do the work. Which, again, if this regime gets overthrown because of what Trump did, and we get an entirely new Iran, say maybe they even call themselves Persia again, guys, this goes down as one of the greatest military actions in history because of especially how efficient it was, how fast it was, how we barely took any casualties at all. So we're close. We're close to getting that major win, and the people might rise up and seal it soon. So Trump's blockade turned out to be one of the most genius moves ever. And I do think more and more it looked like it was part of the plan the whole time. Trump rejected their latest peace proposal. It's not acceptable to me. I've studied everything. It's not acceptable. Iran had sent over a 14-point proposal to open up the strait and then start talking about uranium getting done, the nuclear stuff, and Trump's just like, no. And I can tell you, this is more proof that Trump's going for the gold. And there was a PSYOP Ryan 2 weeks ago where everybody was trying to say that Trump was going to get another Obama deal. And they were all running that. And it was just another PSYOP immediately to scare MAGA, to make MAGA think like, oh man, Trump's failing us. He did all this and he's just going to get another Obama deal. Well, Trump just proved it. That's not what's happening. So again, you can't trust anything. You can't trust any prognostication from anybody in the media at all. You can only trust the administration. That's it. What Trump says, Rubio, Vance, Bessent, any of them talking about what's actually going on in Iran, they're the only sources that matter at this point. I mean, everybody else has been wrong. They've all been wrong. Whether it's Tucker, Alex, Megan, whether it's actual reporters like Mark Halperin or ABC News, CBS, wherever it's been, and it's all, but they've just been wrong nonstop. Remember a couple weeks ago, we were out of ammo. That was the PSYOP going on. Oh, America, we spent much more than we can, and J.D. Vance is frustrated about it. He's so worried about us being out of ammo. And now we find out we have double what we had when we first went in, because Trump just started having them manufacture more immediately as soon as we went in, and they're just turning it around. They are running the military at the most effective we've ever seen in our lifetimes, and they don't know what to do. This is actually going to end up such a win, and obviously the part that's breaking City of London, they're going all out. It's PSYOP every day. Every day. Here's lies about what's going on in Iran. All over and over and over again. And if you've trusted anyone other than the administration on this war, you've been proven wrong several times already since the beginning of it, because everything they said was wrong. Well, it's going to be troops on the ground soon. Nope, not even close. We're stuck in the Strait of Hormuz. Trump's like, I'm closing it. We're out of weapons. No, we have double. He's going to take an Obama deal. Nope, he just put his foot down. Nope. I mean, over and over and over again. It's like who do you trust? Again, and this is a crazy thing because we as Americans don't like to trust politicians. But Trump's no politician. And I think because he's been around so long and been president twice now, because of that, we've forgotten that he's not a politician. We've forgotten because he's been in our lives now so long in government. We forgot, not everybody, but a lot of people have. And we can't forget that he's not one of them guys. He's not. And he just keeps proving it. Now, Trump today announced this Project Freedom, and it's really interesting and going to be awesome for us. But it says, this is a savvy legal move by Trump. May 1st, War Powers letter formally ends hostilities, preserves force posture, asserts Article 2 constitutional authority. May 3rd, Project Freedom. Announced as a humanitarian operation, not military. It's just genius. They came in so ready this time, guys. So ready for this term. Monday, U.S. Navy escorts neutral commercial ships through Hormuz under freedom of navigation rights. If Iran fires on it, that's Iran starting a new conflict. Trump's responding defensively, not attacking. No new war powers clock starts because the U.S. doesn't initiate hostilities. Iran does. So basically, this Project Freedom, they're going to just escort all these ships through the Strait of Hormuz, basically proving that Iran can do nothing. And then if Iran decides to enforce their blocking the strait, well, that all of a sudden is an attack on us. And all of a sudden, Trump has completely new powers, the fighting back of defense. It's genius. It's genius in every single way because it opens up the strait, it gets things moving, and it puts Iran again between a rock and a hard place. Because, we're losing our one piece of leverage, which really wasn't there anyways. Trump is just outplaying them at every turn. And he's also outplaying every analyst who acts like Trump doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, this is absolutely genius. And the fact that, and it's just more proof as well that General Kane and Pete Hegseth are wonderful at running our military. This is just absolutely genius, guys. Genius stuff we're witnessing right now. Will Chamberlain calls it out. This is game over. Iran either has to accept the loss of the Strait of Hormuz or become a party that breaks the ceasefire, which would lead to overwhelming military response, which they're not going to do. They are not going to do this because they know they'll get destroyed. Listen, these people are okay with suicide, right? They are crazy. But not all their people are. And so they're in this place where are we going to be suicidal about all this? Or are we going to let ourselves hang in there until we get overthrown? We don't want either of those things because it's not going to end well for us. What is our suicide going to be before? We're not going to maintain power if we do this. He's forcing the craziest people in the world into the most difficult decision they could ever face. And I got to tell you, a lot of these people, when they're suicidal, they might be willing to get bombed. They're not willing to starve to death, most of them. These are not honorable people. They're just crazy. And starving is a whole different animal. And the people won't stand for that either. The IRGC, they're not getting paid. There's reports out today that it's been 35 days since many of them have been paid. And because of hyperinflation, their paychecks are getting worth less and less before they even get them. That's going to turn on them. The soldiers are going to turn on them. And of course, the only reason they're really doing this is because City of London is saying, you can't do it, guys. You're going to fall apart. We will not let you do this. But at some point, something's going to break. And it's either going to be they lash out and get reamed or they give in. And it's coming sooner than you think, in my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some this week. It might take 2 weeks. It might take another month. But I got to tell you that everybody out there is saying that Iran's not losing, that they're in the driver's seat. They just look like major idiots right now. And thank God most people are waking up to it. You see the latest poll, Harvard-Harris, majority in the U.S. think America is winning the war with Iran. And that's just through last week. Imagine how many more think it now. 74% think the U.S. is winning the war with Iran, including 60% of Democrats and 70% of independents. So if Trump pulls this off, do you know what Americans love more than anything else? You know, everybody likes to think they're a logical person. You're not. You're an emotional person when it comes to decisions, like big decisions. I know I've spent a lot of time in marketing. Even the smartest, most logical, stoic men, they impulse buy. I'm just telling you it's true. So when it comes to elections, Americans love winning. And if Trump pulls this off, they already think we're winning. So if Trump just gets anything good out of this at all, guys, that's going to win us the midterms. Because America loves winning. We love winning a war. And we still have July 4th extravaganzas going on. Patriotism is going to be like crazy. We're going to have, we still have the World Cup coming. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff coming, and we're going to get to have a really fun summer once this is over. And that's going to get people really excited for the midterms and change the current trajectory of everything. But we'll talk about that more in the next segment, where I have a lot to say on the midterms. And again, this war has had so much good benefits for us already. And it all comes down to the energy again, more than anything else. We're now at 46 billion barrels of proved oil reserves. Permian Basin alone is pumping 6.6 million barrels per day, more than any OPEC producer except Saudi Arabia. Our total output now is 13.6 million barrels per day. For context, Russia and Saudi are 4 million behind us each. Guys, this is crazy what we're doing. This energy, what Trump is doing is a miracle. And he's reshaping us completely. As the number one energy exporter in the world now, and only going to get more of that market share, that wealth is coming into this country, and it will spread. We're just seeing this is the initial jump, but it will start spreading. And now, like, NATO's fully exposed, and Trump's finally making moves here. U.S. withdrawing a lot more troops from Germany. Listen to him. It was 5,000 was being reported, but listen.
Why is the U.S. removing troops from Germany?
We're going to cut way down, and we're cutting a lot further than 5,000. Thank you very much.
A lot more than 5,000. You know, that's terrifying to Germany, right? Terrifying, because they run a lot of their economy is dependent upon our bases being there, our soldiers being there, all that money going into these economies in Europe. They're very dependent on that. Not to mention, they're dependent on that for their own militaries because they don't want to raise them up. So we're not leaving NATO yet, but we're already withdrawing troops. That, my friends, is terrifying to Europe. And again, it just shows us who our real enemy was this whole time. In the last several decades, Europe has been the one that's been manipulating us, stealing from us, using us to supplement their lifestyle. And they're the ones who've been behind the deep state issues, the bureaucracies, the Marxist ideology that has been permeating and coming into our government and killing our middle class. It's all been Europe, and especially the City of London system. And Trump is fully breaking it. It's wonderful to see. Now, Bam, this guy's a friend of mine. His name's Jim. He's a great guy, and honestly, one of the smartest people I know when it comes to world markets. He wrote a couple great posts, and I want to go through this real quick because I think he really summarized very well what's going on right here. And he said, the world is complicated and ugly. If you're religious, you'd refer to it as fallen. Because it's inherently complicated and ugly, leaders are forced to make very strategic, big-picture decisions in order to protect the interests and long-term viability of their own nation. USA was built on the greatest foundation in the history of the world, the Constitution of the United States. And although you may not trust politicians, we have elections that act to periodically recalibrate, which makes us the safest option for global peace and stability. China doesn't have it. Russia doesn't have it. If you're forced to choose your preferred global superpower, the U.S. remains a logical choice, which leads to the ugly truth about Iran. Based on the timing of events that have been unfolding, it's my conclusion this conflict with Iran has more to do with maintaining U.S. dollar dominance than with their uranium enrichment, but blocking further enrichment is critical. Connect the dots and you'll clearly see this dynamic at work. Why Venezuela first? Just for you guys who know, Bam is a genius about markets, okay? Genius. He's built one of the craziest algorithms to track them I've ever seen. It says because it cut off China's ability to purchase discounted black market oil, transacting yuan, taking down voting machines tech that rigs elections and drug money, funding Iran and other terrorist groups as a bonus. This also routes the heavy oil toward U.S. refineries. Most others are unable to process that type. Why the conflict with Iran? Because it baited the IRGC into shutting down Strait of Hormuz, which then gave Trump the ability to blockade the strait without being accused of disrupting global oil supply preemptively. This single move acted to cut off the funding mechanism that the IRGC Islamicists used to fund themselves, bad actors in the region and around the world. Why the announcement of UAE leaving OPEC next? Because it removes OPEC restrictions that rigged global oil prices and now allows the aggressive pumping of oil that will act as the buffer to replace Iran's 1.8 million barrels. Why the announcement that negotiations have failed, the blockade will remain in effect? Because it starves the IRGC of their multi-hundred million funding mechanism while also allowing the pressure to build in the Iranian oil infrastructure, which brings them within weeks of catastrophic well failure. And just like the Venezuela blocking maneuver, it cut off another source of China's discounted black market oil transacted in yuan. Most of the formerly pro-Trump and now anti-Trump people on talk shows and pods, as well as leftists claiming Trump has no plan or he's being outmaneuvered by negotiators in Iran, probably never read Trump's book, Art of the Deal. So good. And he says, truth is Trump always over-asks in order to collar the negotiation away to opponent thinks they've won. Even all they've managed to do is negotiate back down to Trump's original goal. In short, Trump's schooling negotiators of Iran at every turn. He nails it here. China, Russia, BRICS forced USA's hand. Trump is simply playing defense through offense by not only protecting petrodollar, but totally resettling global trade in not only oil and gas, but fertilizer, helium, etc., all of which we have in abundant supply. Remember that. This isn't hurting us, any of these shortages. We have it. And would have already been dominant if the globalists hadn't been working for decades to neuter us through absurdly high tariffs. Are you not seeing the pattern now? If he sat quietly, as former U.S. leaders did, or even helped the enemy as Obama, Iran, Biden did, he would have allowed the USA to become vulnerable to not only economic collapse, no more funding of our debt, but also a total collapse of our sovereignty and global stability. Plenty of blame be pointed towards handling of events around the world, but most, if not all, can be traced to Marxist globalist agenda and their infiltration of our government and intelligence agencies. Amen. And he ends with, my opinion is our best chance to wrestle control back from the Agenda 2030 crowd that would like you all to have nothing, have no rights, and be happy. It's impossible to accomplish this without pain. So good. And he nails it, guys. This is what I've been communicating. He just summed up so well what I've been trying to communicate the last few weeks. But you can see how it's all just gone in order. It's all been a plan. And it all's working together. And this is going to change the world, guys. Trump is literally, this is how the golden age comes. You understand? Like, we are settling our sovereignty and we're also ending all the manipulation in the world markets that affects us. All the commodities, all the resources, all of that manipulation, Trump is breaking it. He's breaking this system. And that means once this is all resettled, and we are in the driver's seat, the wealth that's going to come into this country is going to be unbelievable. So tell me again how Israel controls Trump, you retards. So stupid. This is the single greatest strategy anybody's ever pulled together on a global stage. And don't get me wrong, Washington, still will probably go down as our best president, being that he's the general that freed us. Lincoln with the Civil War, getting us through that, rebuilding, setting up the rebuilding of our country afterwards. And that there's a lot more to that one as well. But what Trump is doing right now is just another level. We're going to emerge out of this better than we did after World War II. It's going to take a few years, but just wait. And for everybody dooming about the future, you have no idea what you're talking about. And I say that as a Christian, but I get a lot of it from Christians, man. No, it's the end times, bro. No, it's not. You have no idea what you're talking about. We're headed towards the best time we've ever seen as long as we see this through. And now you know why they try to psyop you into dooming, why they try to scare you into ditching Trump and to losing the midterms and not showing up, because that's all they have left. We're winning, and as long as our feet are on the gas and as long as we don't give up, we win, and win heavily. We win bigly. As Trump posted today from the White House, I have all the cards. I love this man, and I'm so excited for what's coming next. This is not the end of anything, guys. This is the beginning of a new era, and it's going to be glorious. I can't wait. I'm so excited. What a time to be alive. All right. If you enjoyed that segment, guys, please hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you guys again for watching and supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Next, we're going to talk about the midterms and how they are starting to turn around for us. Lots of good news coming out. And look, you guys can tease me for being a white pillar, but I brought the receipts, didn't I? So suck it, EU. Things are going to get much better going forward. Let me check in the chat, make sure I didn't miss anybody tagging me for anything. Didn't miss any super chats. Rumble's very quiet, and that's okay. I know, listen, I love Rumble, but the app sucks, and the chat sucks, and it's tough over there. It's tough over there. But I still love you guys over on Rumble. I don't... Speaking of Rumble, I did just get a $5 super chat over there. It says Trump unintentionally debunked far-right's main claims that this is a Jews' war. They control the media in the whole world because the media in the whole world rejected joining us against Iran. Excellent point there, Ministry of Wrongthink. Very good. And thank you for watching on Rumble and supporting on Rumble. And I do hope that app over there gets better so my show can grow over there as well. But appreciate all you guys watching over there. David, 123, the $10 super chat says, I plan on going to the 4th of July 250 celebration in D.C. because I know there'll never be another time like that for a very long time. Any advice on traveling with a 15-month-old? David, brother, I got lots of advice. I got 6 kids, man. And we've always traveled, never made an excuse. Number one, I'd say if you're going there, you need to book now because it's going to be crazy. And D.C. is not a very big place. So you're going to want to try to get in and around there, maybe an hour away if you can to afford it, because the prices are going to be crazy at the hotels there. But yeah, I would try to book now. As far as traveling, I don't know how far you're traveling, but the best thing to do, man, is just prepare and do it. Your kids, it's never even easy traveling with a baby, but the more you travel with them young, the better they get at it. And my kids are excellent travelers now. And my youngest now is 6. My oldest is 18, and we did Disney last year, and it was like down to Florida. It was easy because they're great travelers. They just chilled as we drove, and they were amazing. They're amazing on planes, and so you just do it, and it works, But just be prepared. Embrace the suck. The baby is gonna cry. It's gonna have hard moments, but it will get used to it. So have your food, and everything mama needs, and you'll be fine. And take your time. That's the other thing I'd say. Don't rush it. Don't try to do like 20 straight hours of driving. Take your time, rest. Give yourself plenty of time. That's the best way to do it. All righty. Let's see here. We got MFN with another 5 memberships donated. Thank you so much for that. If you just got a membership, you now can watch all the members' lives on the channel. So thank you for that, MFN. That is awesome. Awesome donation. Thank you. Let me see here. What else do we got? Nobody was tagging me this time, so I'm just seeing if I can pick out something. Doge says Ace Pilled is banging now that D-Live shut down 100% freedom of speech. D-Live? What's D-Live? Brenda says, besides everything you're saying, I trust Trump more because these people attack him constantly. 100%. 100%. What are the enemies doing, right? I totally agree with you. What's this? J-Man says they have a lot more to do than win the midterms to make a comeback. Fact is, people are too awake now to go back to sleep. Oh, yeah. Even if the Democrats, I've been saying this for months now, even if the Democrats win the midterms, it's not over. It's not over. The only way they start getting the country backwards again is if they win 2028, which they won't. But the midterms can make things crappier and slower for what Trump wants to do. But because they'll have the House and they'll run investigations and impeachments and stuff. But ultimately they can't stop anything really that much if they win the midterms. 2028 is all these people dooming about the midterms. It's like, listen, did the midterms, when the Republicans won the midterms against Obama, did that stop Obama from almost destroying our nation? No, it didn't. It's like it slowed him down, but it didn't stop him. And Trump's smarter than Obama, and he has a better team than Obama. And we're not going to lose the Senate, as I'm going to show you guys here soon. J-Man says, after defeating the globalists, we need to get back to regulations here. For starters, smog emission from older vehicles is a scam. Do you mean cut regulations? Because Trump's cutting them 10-1. 10-1 right now. Oh, so David, you're flying from Cali 5 hours? Yeah, man, just listen, just do everything you can to prepare. 5-hour flight's not that bad. It's better than driving. But, yeah, man, just have snacks and have whatever you can do to keep the baby entertained and, just and fed, and they'll be happy. And just ignore the people who are dicks if the baby's crying or something. It's life. It happens. All right. Yeah, we are out raising them. Okay, let's get to the midterms. Let's talk about this, okay? Because there's a lot to talk about for elections this year and what it's looking like. Okay, so a lot of hope for the midterms, guys, for MAGA and the Republicans. So here's the latest redistricting update in just the last week. Florida, 4 seats extra. Alabama and Tennessee have now called special sessions, which could be another 2 to 3 seats. Louisiana canceled their primary elections. We're going to gain 1 or 2 seats from them. And the governor of South Carolina has mentioned they want to redistrict as well. So just last week where we're at, we could be adding 8 to 10 more seats. All right. So that started it. Thank you, Supreme Court. This is massive in the right direction for us. And don't forget that Virginia might have their new map struck down. So if their new map is struck down, that's another 4 seats we hang on to. So let's just start right there. Now, Trump is calling out, and he's putting the full court pressure on these Republican states to gerrymander. And he says, we can't allow there to be election conducted unconstitutionally simply for convenience of state legislatures. If they have to vote twice, so be it. We should demand the state legislatures do what Supreme Court says must be done. That's more important than administrative convenience. Byproduct is Republicans will see more than 20 House seats in upcoming midterms. So Trump is even asking the states that have already run their primaries to do it again. Okay, he's saying push this. And we had Harmeet Dillon come out and say, who's, she works for the Department of Justice. She said that they're going to enforce the Supreme Court ruling. In other words, they're going to put legal pressure on these states to gerrymander more, to redistrict after the Supreme Court case. So it's a full court press to get every seat out of it we can. So a lot of people are saying, oh, this happened, but it's so late, we might only get 6 seats out of it. Well, we're already looking at 8 to 10. And with Trump pushing, we could get 15 to 20. So this could be absolutely huge. Now, the economy is turning around despite what everybody's saying. So right here we have the industrial decay and affordability. You see growth. So this is going back under Biden, the negatives for manufacturing. All right. And now we had one little blip right here, right before Trump came in. That's when they put all that money, spent all that money into GDP to try to get Biden elected, and so it created a little bump. And then Trump dealing with it down, but now look at how he's fully reversed it in the manufacturing trends. And you see right now we've had 4 straight months of massive expansion in manufacturing. That, my friends, is coming. And they all said, oh, we can't do it. Americans don't want these jobs. We're never bringing manufacturing back. Trump's a liar. The proof is already in the pudding, my friends. And it comes to wages are already changing as well. So we have the blue collar wages already recovered from Biden. So during the Biden years, thanks to inflation, blue collar lost about $1,000 worth of their wealth every year. Under Trump, we've already gained it back plus some, plus an extra 10%. That's massive. So when people are complaining about the economy right now, they're actually complaining that Trump just hasn't gotten it fixed fast enough, big enough, fast enough. Because anybody who tells you prices are higher than ever right now, they're lying to you. They might not know they're lying. They might just emotionally feel that because they had higher expectations, but they are lying. They're maybe lying to themselves too. But other than oil, which is spiked because of Iran, but it was much lower, everything else is turning around, including wages, and many prices are going down. Home Depot, a 2x4, is down from $13 to $3.50. Eggs down massively. I mean, this person reporting at $8 at Publix is now $2. I can tell you, I have a big family. Okay, I have 6 kids. I live in North Carolina, so not the cheapest state, but definitely not one of the most expensive states. I think we're right in the middle. I think we're like in the 15 range of affordable states. I can tell you my food bills are down. The only thing higher is beef, and Trump's working on that. And that has more to do with the beef process, the meat processing cartels. But I can tell you, I feed a family of 8 every week. I have a big grocery bill. Okay, we use Aldi because Aldi's great, but most of the prices are lower. I'm actually paying less monthly than I was last year on groceries. So these are going down. These are going down. And that economy, that's only going to pick up. Once oil goes back down, people are going to start feeling it more. And by the summer, the economy should really start roaring back up. Now, odds of a recession have now plummeted down to 17%, a record low. So everybody had it that they thought the Iran war was going to cause a recession. Now the numbers coming out have been so good that it's plummeting. The odds of a recession have now plummeted, and everybody's now starting to expect growth this year, and I think it's going to substantially go up. On top of that, the big thing for MAGA has been accountability. Are we going to get accountability? Well, here's Trump calling out some major names from Minnesota.
We're taking some of the money that they scammed. You know, we're catching billions of dollars, billions. Minnesota, it's like you ever hear the expression, shooting fish in a barrel? It's like shooting fish in a barrel. And that governor and that attorney general are so crooked. It's so horrible. It's so horrible. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, stranger things have happened, I will tell you.
Stranger things have happened.
By the way, and our attorney general is doing a very good job, isn't he? Todd Blanche, he's doing a very good job. A lot of action. There's a lot of pent-up action.
Did you hear that, Todd Blanche? He called him out. Said, Todd Blanche doing great. A lot of action, a lot of pent-up action. pent-up action. Interesting choice of words. He knows we've been waiting for it. And we've been getting nonstop action from the DOJ the last 2 weeks. It's been awesome. And it's only going to ramp up, as Trump is alluding to here. That, my friends, will continually fire up MAGA, so the base will get stronger, we'll get more motivated again, and then the Iran war, which I believe will end in a pretty strong win, will be finished. Nobody's going to have that to gripe about anymore. Oil prices will go down. The economy will go up. You get the July 4th boost. All this is coming. All of this is coming. And so, like, everybody dooming now, it's crazy. Like, why? Why are you so worried already? It's just, it's not, like, it doesn't make sense. Now, Trump is calling for Hakeem Jeffries to be removed from office for saying Supreme Court's illegitimate. So we got, this is ramping up. So Trump is obviously pressing in now. He's going full court press. It's the arrests, it's the economy, it's Iran. And the man doesn't, I don't know how he has so much energy. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. But now he's calling for members. Like, they're working on, and this has been confirmed, they're working on getting Ilhan Omar out. Okay, so get her out. Hakeem Jeffries might be next. I mean, this pressure, they're building it up. Trump calling him out like this is massive. These are massive things happening. Very, very good things. And this is just going to keep firing us up and proving to us that he's going to do what he said he's going to do. And promises kept, that's going to get people to vote. And right now, I mean, it's like with the FAGA influencers with Tucker Alex, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey, Joe Ken, all these guys coming out during the Iran war. Well, guys, once Iran is a massive success and it's over, those people will never have credibility again with MAGA. Yeah, they'll still spout their nonsense and left-wing people will listen to them. Independents will listen to them. They'll still have an audience, but it'll be smaller, but it'll be way less influential. And that's what matters most, is what the influence is. And it's going to be bye-bye. I mean, they jumped the gun. And they jumped the gun to try to save Iran. So they blew all their assets as far as like the PSYOPs going full steam ahead. They blew it on Iran. And now what are they going to bring up for midterms? I mean, don't get me wrong. They're going to try something. They're going to try something. But it's not going to work. Okay? It's not going to work because they're not going to have anything as big to be against as Iran. So watch them try to play a bunch of old hits, But, faggot done faggot too soon. And now look at this. We're now, the Republicans are now odds on favorite to flip Michigan, because in Michigan the retarded Democrats are nominating this crazy Islamist guy, and that's because the far left is destroying the Democratic Party, even at like in the Republican Party, we're still smart enough to be like, rhinos suck, but they're still better than Democrats. In the Democrats, they'll just like, nope, we're going all in, purity. It's a purity contest. We get you in. We don't care if you'll win the general election as long as we get to vote for our guy. And it's like, they're so crazy, they'll do that. And it's going to keep costing them elections. And in this case, this guy is now the odds-on favorite to win the primary. But in the general, he has almost no shot of winning. And so they're going to crush. And this, honestly, the Senate is close enough where it could flip to Democrat if the midterms end up being a blue wave, or not even a blue wave, but just a strong blue showing where they take back the House in a strong way. They could flip the Senate. It'll be tough. It's almost impossible, but it's a smidgen there. However, if they do this, it's a lock. The Republicans hold the Senate, because if we flip Michigan, it's over. There's no way they get enough of the other ones to keep it. So it says Al-Said has become the Democratic frontrunner compared to his primary opponents, Mallory McMorrow and Haley Stevens. He performs by far the worst against Mike Rogers. If he ends up being the nominee, Republicans be the heavy favorites to flip Michigan. So we need to all root for this guy to win his primary, because if he wins the primary, it's almost a lock the Republicans will win it. because the independents in Michigan don't want anything to do with them, just the crazy libs. Now, Larry Schweiker calls us out about Democrats. They're finally dawning on them. They're in massive structural trouble. This is what I've been telling you guys for weeks, by the way. The Democrats' long-term prospects are very awful. And it says right here, Democrats are extremely angry right now. Can't even make a quantitative observation based on hard numbers without getting F-bombs are being blocked. Their fantasy world is crumbling because they're losing so badly right now and they're itching for vengeance. If normal people don't see how important it is to vote to keep them at bay, then be prepared for the worst. So he's saying the Democrats are insane. We can't let them in. But it's also the fact that they're just getting their butts kicked. And long term, it's just going to get worse and worse for them. And yeah, they're going to get angrier. They're going to get louder for a while. But as long as they stay out of power, it doesn't matter. We're just going to keep advancing. And I'm telling you, they're not getting power back. It's getting so bad. I mean, this is their front runner. It's either Kamala or Newsom as a front runner for 2028. Now watch this clip and tell me if you're scared of this guy.
Right now, I feel strange. It's interesting. We've had.
Look at these
I've
hands.
been on a journey like most people, feeling great, feeling stressed, feeling doubtful. The last 2
Who
days,
talks
I
like
don't know
this? He's
what
worse
it
than
is.
George
I think
Bush
it's
Sr.
maybe the dust settling after Madison Square Garden. Seeing how that went, kind of a roller coaster. But something's happened the last few days, and I'm telling you, that Des Moines Register poll. I mean, I don't know. I don't expect Iowa necessarily going in the blue column, but it says something to me that is of outsized importance potentially in terms of the outcome of this race. So I'm feeling honestly much better than I was even 24 hours.
Guys, it's either box wine queen or him is probably going to be the nominee. There might be a dark horse that comes out of somewhere, but their best candidates are Jewish. And it's going to be there's less than a snowball's chance in hell of them electing in the primaries a Jewish person. The Democrats hate Jews. They hate them. And so there goes Shapiro is their best chance. Newsom is a joke. I mean, look at him. And he's like, I mean, imagine that in a debate. And then he's ruined California. The Californians even hate him. And then Kamala, really? Cackle Queen? Box wine cackle queen? Good luck. Please run her again. I can't wait for it. J.D. Vance or Rubio will wipe the floor with these people. And this goes into my theory, and I'm holding to this until something significant changes. Just like, and everybody here who's been here for a long time watching this channel will tell you, I called the 2024 election to the T. And I'm good at this stuff. And I'm telling you right now that 2028 should be a bigger win than 2024. Because Trump, as beloved as he is, he's also more polarizing. So the right, we love Trump the most. And that probably isn't going to change. But the middle, kind of like they held their nose and voted for him. And that's okay. We love having our crazy uncle run the country. He's the best. But a lot of the country just will never come back. But you get J.D. Vance or Rubio in there and how well-spoken they are, how they put themselves together nice. So I'm telling you guys, we're going to win bigger because the competition sucks too. It sucks. And so that's why I'm not worried about the midterms. Because think about this. They unleash COVID to win 2020. They can't do that anymore. They're far weaker than they were in 2020. Trump was dealing with a lot of his own party betraying him in 2020 as well. That's not happening anymore. He's cleared it out, especially in the executive branch. It's humming. It's MAGA. Now, the Congress is a different story, but they can't do that much. So you think, they went all out to rig elections. Trump, even if the Save America Act isn't passed, if the Save America Act is passed, it's over. They have no shot. Even if it's not passed, though, their ability to cheat because of the SCOTUS rulings, especially if SCOTUS does the mail-in ballot ruling, which I believe they will, where they limit it now all the counting to Election Day, they do that. Trump's in charge. We're monitoring the polls. It's Trump's MAGA stronger than ever coming to 2028. Guys, Trump won 2024 with Biden in power. The Democrats were in power to steal the election, and they couldn't pull it off. How much more do you think 2028, how much harder do you think it would be for them to steal it? Much harder, even without the Save America Act. So I'm just telling you, like, we're not losing to these guys. We're just not losing to them. Like I said, Bam had 2 great posts. I'm going to go through this one a little bit too. It's time for everyone that doesn't already know this fact to understand it. TDS is only a small factor within darker, more serious overriding problem here and abroad. Many in the MSM have a Marxist globalist agenda. Any leader in the USA not on their team would have been viewed and treated exactly as Trump have been if he or she was not team Marxist globalist. Granted, Trump has a straightforward, unfiltered approach some aren't comfortable with. It's also the only approach that could effectively expose the unbelievable depth and breadth of control held by very bad actors in government and global corporations. Their real concern stems from the fact he stands between them and their Agenda 2030 goals. Unless you have a deep understanding of their Marxist globalist agenda, none of what Trump's doing will make sense. If he's secretly on their team, we're all screwed anyway, so I choose optimism and patience. As far as the boxes that MAGA and AF want him to check off immediately after taking back White House and Congress, I have a theory that keeps me optimistic, and a timeline I think will tell me whether or not my optimism is misguided. No one I know of is as competitive as Trump. That type of competitive spirit is what I believe drives him to think he can overcome decades of statistical data that says it's virtually impossible to hold power after the midterms. But if I were an ultra-competitive guy that wanted to prove skeptics and odds wrong, I purposely hold off on checking MAGA and America First boxes until I move closer to midterms. In politics and winning, it's about momentum. Just like a decathlete knows it's dangerous to overtrain, risk peaking prior to Olympics, Trump knows he needs to create maximum momentum directly into the midterms. He also knows that Marxist globalists are planning to throw everything they have at him in order to destroy pre-midterm momentum. Summer of fake, concocted unrest is coming, and Trump knows it. His plan, I hope, is to methodically check off remaining boxes for MAGA and America First as we move through the summer of unrest and the midterms. Everything's on the line. This is the time to show intense support and to actually trust the man you voted for. He's much smarter than we are, and he represents our last best shot stopping globalist Agenda 2030. Focus families and friends and stock the pantry. Next 6 months promise to be like nothing we've ever experienced. And I got to agree with him. I think Trump is going to build that momentum. I really do. And, all this freaking out about the midterm so early, it's a psyop. It's a psyop to discourage us. And Trump's been letting them do that. He's been letting them do that. I think he's baiting them and switching them. And I think, guys, once he's already doing the justice part of it. The economy is starting to pick up. And with Iran over, I think the ultimate rug pull is coming the next few months leading up to the midterms. Trump knows that June, July, and August are where you really win an election. June, July, and August. And September if you can get something major out. That's where you really win. And right now it just doesn't matter because it's so far away. We're so quick to forget stuff. We're so quick to move on. So I still have so much hope for what's coming. I think this year, I think Trump really is going to pull it off. But even if he doesn't, even if the Democrats somehow sneak out the House, 2028 is, in my opinion, it's a lock. But we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. All right. Guys, if you enjoyed that, please hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you for watching. We had over 1,000 tonight. That's awesome. We might even be able to get up to 1,000 likes. I really appreciate you guys. If you do want more, again, you can go into the description, hit the Patreon link, and get a free month to the membership. I'm gonna go through some quick hits real quick, and then I'll spend the rest of the time in the chat before the end of the show. But I wanted to just show you a couple other things happening that are awesome. 4 million are now off SNAP and counting in just the last year. That's food stamps, for those who don't know. Under Trump, America's getting back to work. Healthy employment numbers mean less reliance on government programs, leaving benefits to those who truly need them. We put in work requirements again, and also with the illegals leaving, 4 million are off food stamps. That's a lot of money saved, guys. Look at that. Look at that just collapsing. That is beautiful, and that is a sign of economic growth. We just discovered lithium in Appalachia. that ramps up our domestic supply chain for critical material. It's a big win for our economy and national security. This is from Lee Zeldin, our EPA guy. I got to tell you that this mineral deposit, this lithium deposit, is so massive that it's completely possible we could not need to do any importing of lithium anymore once this starts being mined. I mean, you see it right here. There's enough lithium. Let's read these numbers. They're small, but 1.6 million grid scale batteries, 130 million electric vehicles, 180 billion laptops, 500 billion cell phones. That, my friends, is pretty great, I gotta say. So this is the kind of thing, like, you know, this is why it's just more proof, guys, more and more proof that you have to have, like, the only true mindset to have when in regards to stuff is an abundance mindset. I'm telling you right now, the world is never going to run out of resources. Never. Not in any of our lives or our grandkids' lives or our great-great-great-grandkids' lives. It's not running out. Oil, we're learning it's actually, you know, it's sustaining itself. It keeps coming back. We're lied to about everything forever. Everything. The truth is, it's just like God said in the Bible, the world is like, it's never ending. There's no end to it. It's immovable. It's unshakable. It's not ending. And, you know, so we have to have an abundance mindset. We just keep finding stuff. Isn't it amazing how when you finally have somebody in office who has an abundance mindset, how we find stuff? It's incredible. It's incredible. I love it. Trump and the White House are really doubling down on this whole bee thing, which I find interesting. Remember with bees? The kings?
Buzz. We'll see who brings in more honey.
Look at this, White House honey. So it says the buzz is real. I find this fascinating, and I'm just going to keep looking into this. But we had a lot come up with the bees this week with the king here. Trump posting this. Somebody did this great graphic of Trump holding the bee in front of the king. The bee landed on his hand. There's just a lot of great symbolism here, and I think maybe even some prophetic meaning to it. So just something to keep your eye on. But guys, I gotta say it's pretty fascinating. We need to pray for Rudy Giuliani, who's sick. Donald J. Trump tweeted out, "Our fabulous Rudy Giuliani, a true warrior and best mayor in the history of New York City, by far has been hospitalized and is in critical condition. What a tragedy. He was treated so badly by radical left lunatics. Democrats all, he was right about everything. They cheat on elections, fabricate hundreds of stories, did anything possible to destroy our nation. And now look at Rudy, so sad." They put this man through hell. So we just need to pray for Rudy Giuliani. He's a good man and he's a patriot. So anyways, just keep him in your prayers. And then finally, guys, I wanted to show this. So this weekend, the Kentucky Derby happened, and well, let's watch the race real quick and then talk about it, because this is amazing.
And they're off in the Kentucky Derby. And a great start early for So Happy and Wonder Dean. Wonder Dean racing out there with speed, and so too 6-Speed from the far outside. And down toward the rail is Denon Bourbon, 4 across the track by the stands for the first time. And here comes 6-Speed with his speed, and 6-Speed leads the way with a circuit to go. So Happy just off racing in second, to Don Bourbon toward the inside third. A charge in behind them. Incredible is buried.
So we'll skip ahead. I don't want to play the whole thing because I could get copyrighted for it. But this horse, Golden Trend, was, or Golden Tempo, my bad, was in the back most of the race and then came up to win. 23-1 odds. And he beat the favorite, Renegade. Well, for those who know, Obama's Secret Service name was Renegade. And obviously, Golden Tempo is very much in line with Golden Age Trump. And, you know, one of the reasons I love sports, okay, is I believe God speaks to us. I do. I believe God's speaking to us all the time. And I believe God loves to speak to us through sports and crazy happenings. It doesn't mean every single thing that happens is a message. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes you can't not see it. And when you see a horse that went from worst to first in the same race, named Golden Tempo beating Renegade, who is the favorite. Well, I don't know what else to tell you guys, but that's a message. That's a spiritual message. And maybe you think it's rigged and some white hats were messaging us. I don't think so. But again, whatever. Either way, it's a message. And I believe we are heading to a golden age. I believe that just like this horse, a lot of times it feels like we're behind. A lot of times it feels like we're losing, or because that's the message we're getting. And the odds seem so overwhelming. The Renegade, the Marxists, were ahead. They had the lead. They were the favorites. They were everybody, oh, the end of the world, the deep state's winning, we're all headed to the Great Reset. It's all like the doomers are all saying. They believed it. The black pillars all believed it. The globalists themselves believed it. All thought they were ahead. Well, it make absolute sense that they would be the favorite, right? Well, then the Golden Tempo comes up and ends up winning. It's crazy stuff, guys. Okay, it is crazy. You can't make this up. And I just got to say, I do. I think God speaks to us, and I think this is a message. I think it's a message that, we're going to win. We're ahead. Like, we don't always feel like we're ahead, but we got the most heart, and we're going to end up winning. And it's the tempo. You know what a tempo is? It's like momentum, trend. It builds. Well, you hold the tempo. You don't give up. You keep going. We'll fend ahead. So I think this is absolutely crazy. I think it's amazing that this happened. And I for one, feel spoken to, and hey, it's true. Maybe I'm just looking for validation on my beliefs. That's possible. But regardless, you can't ignore that. That's pretty crazy. So love it. Love it. All right, guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you for watching. Let me get into the chat. Make sure I didn't miss anybody's super chats or questions. And then I will have to call it a night because I got work tomorrow. So let's see. Dan asks, talk about the Fed sometime. What do you want me to talk about? I might cover that more in a live stream, but I've talked about the Fed a lot in the past. A members live. So we'll see. Let me see here if anybody else tagged me. I want to make sure I didn't miss it. It doesn't look like it. Smooth Operator says, enjoy your perspective, in-depth analysis on this stuff. Thanks and keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I hope to make this even better. Rumdog says, Trump's taking to us coin-based digital dollar. We need to separate ourselves from the City of London. I don't know if he's taking us fully to a digital dollar. I really don't. I'm not saying we'll all go cash again. I do think Trump's expanding digital options, but I don't think he's going to force that on us. But I agree with you. We got to get rid of City of London. Absolutely. City of London is our main enemy. That system. MFN says, hope Golden Tempo has a baby named Golden Age that wins in 2 or 3 years. Now that would be sick. That would be crazy. Man, that would be crazy. 150,000 people were at the Kentucky Derby. That's crazy. Wow. Let's see here. Maybe there was a bee under Golden Tempo's saddle. I love it. That's great. Oh man, lots of talk. Lots of people talking to each other. That's awesome. Yeah, so guys, let me talk about what's coming next week. For those who don't know, and this is a good time because a large crowd watching tonight. But listen, I've been doing this for almost 3.5 years. And I've been doing it at nights after I work a full-time job and take care of my family, hang out with my family, 6 kids and my wife. Listen, I'm tired, but I'm now going into business for myself, and I'm going to be starting next week. And this channel and this community is going to be a big part of that. And so, yeah, these late nights, I don't get to schedule the time because I never know when I'll be on exactly. And, because life, but moving forward, I will have a set time. Right now, I am looking at, basically going on noon Eastern, and that'll be 9 a.m. West Coast, which would be basically the old Rush Limbaugh slot. And no, I don't think I'm Rush, but I think Rush was very smart. And funnily enough, there's like no one streaming at that time. And, so I thought, like, for my sake, my family's sake, that's a great time. It would be, help me stay on top of stuff. But I'll also be able to, do all kinds of other things. Okay. I'll be able to do shorter videos to keep up with new events. I'll be able to do the membership is really going to blow up. Okay. I'm going to be doing much more regular members lives, and I'm also going to be adding classes and other stuff I used to do, and I just haven't had the time. So I'm really going to build out the members side of things. But I do understand there's a lot of people who watch me at night that won't be able to watch during the day. I am sorry for that. I don't want to lose any of you guys. The replays will always be available, but I do know most people can listen headphones while they listen at work, because you can play me on your phone. If you have YouTube Premium, you can play it like a podcast, all that stuff. So, but this is also going to offer me the opportunity to do more interviews. I really want to do interviews. I want to do interviews with the Promethean Action ladies if I can. Obviously, have Tom Luongo back, but there's other people I want to reach out to that I just couldn't do it if I couldn't do it if I was stay nights. It's been hard, and so. Yeah, I just, I'll still every once in a while do a stream at night. We'll do some Ace After Hours stuff. We'll have some fun. It's not like I'm not going to ever stream at night again, but these regular streams will move to the daytime. So, but the show will be the same, and the show will only get better because I'm going to have more energy, more time to put into it. So the show will get a lot better. I plan on going Monday through Friday, and that's the plan right now. I'll still have clips that post, members lives. We'll still watch it. No, you can always watch it later on. It just won't be. You won't be able to be in the chat. Okay, because it does. Once the show posts, you can watch it whenever you want. All right, so. So yeah, I get it. I know there's a lot of you who watch at night that just won't be able to watch, and I am sorry for that. You'll still watch the show. You can still listen to it or watch it, but you just won't be able to watch it live. So the chat option will be bad. But I will say this. If you love the chat option here and you love interacting, you can get into the Discord. And the Discord will be 24/7. I'll be in there way more now once I get my time, okay? I'll be in there way more. I'll be able to answer questions. I'll be able to cater members' lives to questions and stuff. There's going to just be a lot more content overall. But again, if you love this chat and you're a night person, then I really recommend getting in the Discord, because then you can be part of the community 24/7, night and day. And trust me, there's some night owls in that chat. Sometimes it'll be me, but yeah, just letting you guys know. So that's going to be the change. I really hope that this is the best move. I do believe it is. I've put a lot of thought and prayer into this, but it's I care about this community. I've been doing these night streams now for over 3 years, and No, the Discord's part of the membership FFN for Patreon only. Okay, you got to join Patreon to get into there. But I don't know what the gift does during the chat. By the way, I did have somebody give me a gift. I want to call it out real quick. Oh, you know what? It doesn't show it in here. Chuch's shot. What's this? Chuch's Bahena with the $10 super chat says, "God bless you." Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, somebody else gave a gift that wasn't a super chat, and I can't see it now. It's gone, which is weird. Where did it go? Yeah, that's strange. What the hey? What the hey happened there? So, anyways, but yeah, things are changing, and I know not everybody likes change. Sorry. but listen, I got to do what's best for me and my family, and ultimately what's best for the show. Seth, the link to Discord, listen, the Patreon link is in the description right now. Every single one of my videos has a link to the Patreon in the description. Click that link, the Patreon, you join the Patreon, and it automatically gets you into the Discord. Okay. So that's how you do it. And remember, you get a free month, so you can try it out. All right. You can try it out. I hate City of London says, going to make out more beautiful than you imagine. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. Dave Ricard did a giant husky gift one time. Yes, thank you, Dave. I appreciate you. Patreon link, yes, it's in all the regular videos too. It's always in the description of the videos. Just look in the description, you'll see the Patreon link, okay? It's always the same, and it it gives you the free month. So anyways, well, this is great. I thought I'd have more people mad that I'm leaving the Knights, and it looks like no. So that's awesome. So yeah, guys, please hit the link. And also subscribe and hit the notification bell. Okay. So that way you don't miss it. But again, it'll be Monday through Fridays at 12 o'clock. I mean, I might miss a day every once in a while, but 12 o'clock noon Eastern. So, but you'll know exactly when I'm on from now on too. So nobody's going to have to wait. And if you miss me live, you can always catch the replay. You can catch the clips. And again, if you're part of the membership, you'll be able to communicate with me. Members, I'll tell you right now on members, I will be doing members streams at night sometimes still. Okay. So there'll be members lives, but the main live just is going to work so much better in the daytime. So, and we'll see what happens. If it's a total disaster, then I'll probably move back to nights. But I think it's better for me and my family to do it that way. Guys, I haven't had 4 or 5 nights a week. I've given to this stream now for 3.3 years, and that's after working all day and stuff. So it takes a lot of work, and I want to make it better. So I got to do it in the daytime for that. Jake says it means I can listen to The Office instead of hearing people griping at me over work. Exactly. If you build it, they'll come. I love that. Yeah, I'll do stuff. I'll still pop on and do specials, different stuff, guys, too. Okay. But like me, at work all day, I listen to podcasts all day at work. And so I know a lot of people can still do that if they can't be on at night. Obviously not everybody, but a lot can. But again, you guys can watch the replay. It'll always be there. And just be in the community. The community will be great. So, community will always be here. It'll always just keep growing. But again, those of you who'll lose at night where you can't watch me live anymore, for those of you who just won't be able to make it, it does suck, and I'm sorry for that. But the quality of everything is going to get better, because I'm just going to be able to put actual time into this now. What you guys have been getting is like my last 10%, 20% of every day, my last energy. And so I'm just excited to deliver a better product too. So, but thank you guys. I especially thank you for those who've been here the whole time, who have supported me for years now. and you guys believed me when nobody else did. Jeff Jingles with the gift. Thank you, Jeff. I see it now. It popped up. Thank you for the sunshine. I appreciate that. But yeah, you guys, especially the members who have put up with me where I've barely been able to do members lives at times and I've been inconsistent. You guys have, been the reason I stuck it out when it was tough, when I was like slow months or a lot was going on in my life and I was exhausted. But I kept showing up because of you guys who've been around and the members, and it's just been the best community. And I look forward to just being better for you guys. So I just want to say thank you guys. You guys are the absolute best. So, yeah. And now that the channel is growing, honestly, it's bigger than I ever dreamed at this point, and it's still not even that big yet. But we'll see where it goes. Anyways, just appreciate you guys. Yeah, you guys are the best. So anyways, God bless you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. We'll still be doing the night streams for this week. And but I'd love your feedback too. So anybody who has feedback, please feel free to email me or hit me up in the Discord or on the Patreon. You guys can hit me up there and we'll talk. But feedback's appreciated. You found me by unsubscribing from Sean Ryan. That's awesome. I don't have a pair of aces right now. No. You're moving to Texas. Roger's moving to Tennessee. Tammy, you and Roger, you guys falling in love in front of us right now. So thank you, Kev. I appreciate it. All right, guys, let's say our prayer and we'll call it a night, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. So, Heavenly Father, thank you for today. God bless everybody watching, Lord. Just speak a blessing over everybody watching, that they would just, Lord, feel your presence and know you're there for them. And Father, we pray over our president, God, that you just bless him with protection, wisdom, and boldness in every situation in Jesus' name. And same with his entire team. And we bless our country. We thank you for the miracle that you've given us by saving our country and prolonging it. And we just pray, Lord, that truly is the best to come. That, Lord, things like this with the horse, God, the Golden Tempo horse, just, Lord, I just do want to believe that that's you speaking to us, to have faith and to hold on, and we'll pull this thing off. And so, Lord, I just believe that you always finish what you start, and you started something amazing here. So we pray for more peace, prosperity, and justice in our country than ever before, that we just leave a better country to the third generation, God. Just like it says in Proverbs, that a good man leaves an inheritance to the third generation. And so that's what we want to do as well. So we thank you for that. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. God bless you guys. Have a blessed night. And Kev, we might talk at some point. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, God bless you guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Headlines screaming like a siren at night. Red and blue shouting, nobody's right. Smoke in the streets, truth under attack. Everybody's loud, nobody's got facts. Feeds keep scrolling.